what is our ultimate goal? What is our ultimate goal? It's very easy to realize we are the divine soul. Man is running like a monkey. Man is running like a monkey, not realizing that in the end, he's going to become a donkey. Because a donkey is known as the most foolish of creatures. Why is man running like a madman? Man or woman? Why are they just losing this gift called life, living as body, mind, and ego? It is so sad that we do not realize the truth, that there's a goal, the ultimate goal, to realize we are the soul. Because the moment you realize you're the soul, you are liberated from all suffering. You are liberated because otherwise there is physical pain of the body, there is misery of the mind, there is agony of the ego. Every human being experiences this. And it is sad. It is sad because although we know we are the soul, we know that. Many of us know we are the soul, but we don't realize it. So there is a goal. How does one achieve this goal? How do you go on that quest? How do you attain enlightenment? And therefore, we together as a group, we all work hard every day, every day. Many people just exist. Do you even realize that 99% of humanity suffers? Barely 1% is able to live peacefully and blissfully. And I hope I could help you to be on that path where there is peace and bliss. So, Administrator, do we have any questions today?
Sudeep is the first question today.
Sudeep Bhargava.
Shivam, sir.
Shivam, Sudeep.
Sir, I'm not sure how to put my question, but there were a few thoughts that came in my mind. So if you can just carry it forward and give me something more meaningful out of it.
Yeah.
So what I could make out is that when we are in the dream state, whatever dream that I see, or I feel that I'm hearing something in my dream, whatever happens, but it's without the five senses. The senses are closed down when we are dreaming. The eyes are actually not seeing, they are shut, the ears are not listening, but I feel that something is happening around me. I can see, I can hear, I can even feel the things happening, although the senses are shut down. Now, can we convert this something into the waking state, that maybe what is happening in the waking state, because all that is happening in the dream state is in the mind. It rises up in the mind, it settles down in the mind without the senses coming into the picture. Now, can we say something about similar for the waking state, that maybe the things are like rising up in the consciousness, going down also? The only difference is that maybe the senses are involved here. So
No.
just thought that came to mind. So I thought I'll just share.
No, we cannot undermine the waking state. So the waking state is a touch and feel state. The waking state, you can touch your family members, you can touch your pet dog, you can touch and feel, your senses, your five senses are active. Yeah, it is in the consciousness that they are active. It is like going for a 3D movie and saying the 3D movie is an imagination. Is a 3D movie an imagination or is it actual?
No, the experience that we have is there, but then what is giving me that experience is something which is virtual.
Yeah,
if I feel that I'm going down the hill, there's no down the hill, but I do get that experience that I'm going down the hill.
But because you wear the glasses, you can experience it.
Yes, experience is there, no doubt.
And in some days, these days, they have virtual reality where you can even have smell. You have smell and you have got wind is blowing on you. Then is it real or is it just imagination?
No, that is real. That's real.
So have you been on any of those virtual experiences?
Yes, sir. It was there in Garud Mall also. Some time back it was there. I don't know why this there now. No.
So my point, Sudeep, is this. It is the waking state only becomes mithya at death. The waking state is not mithya during the waking state. It's just like in between your dream state, when you're having the dream, can you deny that the dream is actually happening or the dream is not happening?
No, while we are happening, it seems to be real. Sure.
Yeah. No, the dream is actually unfolding. It's only a dream, but that dream is not You can't imagine that you can't imagine that there was a dream.
Fine, agreed. Even
There was
after
a real-
waking up, I can say that yes, I did experience that dream.
That is the analogy. The dream is over when you wake up. The waking state is over at death. Death is the point of the end of the waking state.
Okay.
So we should not see what happens. Again, as I told you, what is our goal? We as a group here, what is our goal? We want enlightenment. We want realization of the truth. We don't want complication. We don't want to read the certain scriptures and we don't want to believe everything that everybody says. We want to have simple 2 + 2 = 4. We want to have simple equations. We want to have ask, investigate, realize. Even a kid should be able to understand what you and me are talking about. We don't want complications. Okay. Thank you, Sudhir. Next question.
Shivoham Guruji, I wanted to ask.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that what mantra has an effect on our consciousness? How does it affect and what effect does it have?
Which mantra are you talking about?
Any like Gayatri mantra or any.
So if you listen to so many people, they will tell you so many effects that these mantras have. But what is the real meaning of a mantra? The real meaning of a mantra means man, mind, tra, instrument. The word mantra comes from mantra. Man is mind, you know, tra is instrument. It is an instrument to calm the mind. It is an instrument to control the mind. A simple mantra like Now people say that it will open the pineal gland. It will release hormones. Now I am not getting into that because in our belief, Tanu, we are not the body and the mind. We don't want to go too much into being the body and the mind. The fact is the mantra calms the mind. The mantra is a prayer. The mantra has a divine connection. If you are reciting the mantra with a lot of depth, meaning, then yes, this mantra is very effective. But by itself, the effect of mantra, you can't say, if somebody, suppose you tell somebody, you just keep on reciting Gayatri mantra, you'll get enlightenment. No, that's not possible. It's not possible. So that I think that is your question, right? Are you asking, you're trying to ask me? Yeah. So this is, I think this is completely false. To believe that something like a mantra will create with magic and that, no, it will not create any magic. Okay, next question, open.
Thank you, Guruji.
Open.
Next question is Krishna Sharma.
Krishna Sharma, please.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham, how are you, sir?
Sir, how to develop willpower to reach the goal you have assigned to us? Just because there is no enough willpower, I'm not able to divert my mind from the materialistic look to spiritual look.
You ask Bridget how to develop muscle. Ask Bridget or ask Ashok Chotwani how to develop muscle. So Krishna Sharma, you know,
Yes.
right, how to develop muscle. You know or you don't know?
Yeah, exercise.
How? What you must do?
Continuously exercise.
Continuous. Good. See, you know the answer. You have to continuously go to gym, go running, lift weights. You can develop muscle.
Okay.
Willpower also needs continuous effort. Willpower means, Krishna Sharma, can you give me one example where you want to use willpower? It'll be easy to explain.
Main problem is life to life, from one life to other life. mind is carrying all the nonsense, whatever we have done.
Correct. But willpower means, suppose somebody says, I don't have willpower. When beer comes in front of me, I want to drink beer. I have no willpower.
No, willpower to control anger first.
So let's understand one by one.
Yes.
So willpower, I want to have the willpower to control anger.
Yes. That is my first weakest point.
Yeah. So anger can be eliminated by realization. You don't need willpower. Let me explain to you what I mean.
Yes, sir.
Suppose Krishna Sharma,
Mm.
I am holding a gun, AK-47 gun,
Mm.
and I'm going to shoot your head. Can you put your hand and stop the bullet from hitting your head?
Not possible.
Not possible. Suppose you don't put your hand. You take a cricket bat and put cricket bat. Can you stop it?
No.
Not possible. Why you cannot stop it?
Not sufficiently covering the body.
No. Because the power of the AK-47
Yeah, it is very high.
is stronger than the cricket bat or
Yes.
stronger than your hand.
Correct. Correct.
So is the power of anger. So is the power of anger.
Okay.
People get angry. Did I tell the story? That time the father got angry. He took child's fingers,
Ye-
opened
yes,
the
yes.
car, and
Yes,
jammed,
yes. You told.
jam. So, my dear Krishna Sharma,
Yes, sir.
I have to help you, right? I have to help you.
Yes.
Now listen to me carefully.
Okay.
Suppose I'm angry at you. This rascal Krishna Sharma, I want to tear. I'm so angry with rascal Krishna Sharma. Every time he comes to Zoom call and this rascal, he is troubling the Zoom call. I want to shave whatever little hair is got in head. I want to remove the hair from. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Now, Krishna Sharma, how can I overcome this anger?
Mm.
By realizing that this man is angry because of his karma, because of his samskara. This man is actually God. Krishna Sharma is actually Atma. He's Krishna. Forget about Sharma. I am angry at Sharma. But in reality, he is the real Krishna. He is my Devata. He is my God. When I realize this, that this man is wearing the body of Krishna Sharma, but actually he is God, how can I be angry at you? I cannot be angry at you, whatever you may do. And I'm giving you, Krishna Sharma, a practical, real way of overcoming anger.
A realized soul can do like that, sir. Person like me, we are not able to realize like that.
This is a way to realize, Krishna Sharma.
Way to
As
realize.
you are trying to overcome anger. See, you're asking me the method of overcoming
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah.
Yesterday also somebody asked the question. I think 2 days back. When I was not realizing some truth, my guru told me, keep water in your mouth. If you want to get angry at somebody, don't spit out,
You
keep
told
water
me.
in your mouth. But Krishna Sharma, this is all temporary solution.
Yeah.
This is not, Krishna Sharma, I used to be so angry, man.
Mm.
I was such a nonsense fellow. I was really very, very angry. I would beat up people. I would beat up. When one person, they robbed from the temple. I took a steel rod, and hit 50 times. I hit with a steel rod 50 times. Can I do today?
No. You won't do it.
Because I have to give you the right way, Krishna Sharma.
That is true.
The right way. Start how to practice, Krishna Sharma. Whenever you are seeing everybody,
Mm.
I'm giving you a real way how to practice. Whenever you're seeing anybody from now onwards, don't say
Okay.
hello. Don't say good
Okay.
morning. Don't say good
Mm.
evening.
Mm.
You just bow down. Make habit of just bowing down. Why you are bowing down? What is the reason I'm asking you
We
to
are
bow
seeing
down?
the God in them.
Correct. Just follow what I'm saying.
Okay.
You just bow down. The person who you're getting angry, no, Krishna Sharma,
Mm.
as soon as you're getting angry, I challenge you.
Mm.
You bow down to them and then you get angry. First you bow down,
I may
then you
not
get
get.
angry. You show me that, how you can do it.
Okay. I will try, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Krishna. I am telling you, I don't believe in giving any technical answers.
No. I
I
want
have
these
to give you-
tips only. I want.
I have to give you practical method.
Whatever I am actually giving the pain to me, I am asking to you.
I hope you will try and you will come back with experimenting with the result.
Sure, sir.
Next question.
Next is Karan Singh.
Karan Singh.
Sir, I have
Karan,
typed questions. I have typed.
I can't hear you. Type, sir. Is the question typed?
Yes, sir.
Administrator, can you read out the question? Or should I read?
You always told we are God. If we are God, then we are also capable of doing everything what God can do. Like we have also control over nature and each and everything happening in this universe. We can also do whatever we can.
Okay. Okay. You're always told we are God. If we are God, then we are also capable of doing the engine. You always told we are God. If we are God, then we are also capable of doing everything what God can do. Like we have also control over nature and each and everything. Please understand, you are God, but you must realize that you are God. For you to be God and to do what God can do, of course you can. But you know who is telling this right now, Karan Singh? It is the rascal mind who is trying to be God. The rascal mind is trying to be God when in reality we have not reached that level. So, my dear Karan Singh, no doubt you are God, but first you give up Karan Singh. The moment you are Karan Singh, you are not God. There can be no duality. You cannot be Karan Singh and God at the same time. You make up your mind. You want to be Karan Singh or you want to be God. The moment you are God and you give up Karan Singh, you can get all the powers of God. You can do whatever God can. That is an assurance. But first you give up Karan Singh. Sudeep, I've changed the setting. Is it better? The noise and everything, is it better? Administrator, I've changed the sound settings and things like that.
Yes, it's
Okay.
good.
Otherwise, I'm shouting loudly. And now I can, there was an engine sound coming. Open that door, please. Yes, keep both the doors open. Yes, next question, please.
Next is Harsh.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham, how are you?
I'm very good. How about you?
Oh, very good. Bolo Harsh.
Sir, I think life is a two-way journey. First from birth to death, and second from death to rebirth. Is it correct?
Life is a two-way journey. First from birth to death and from death to life is not a two-way journey, but
Okay.
life is a cycle. It is a cycle. So you may call it two-way journey, but two-way journey gets over. If you have a return ticket from Bangalore to Bombay, Bangalore, Bombay, Bombay, Bangalore, dear Harsh, and then the two-way journey is over.
Correct.
But life is not a two-way journey. Life is a journey of a cycle. It goes on and on and on and on and on.
Okay. Also, tell me from where the concept of rebirth came from.
It came from karma. Because there is karma, there is rebirth.
Please elaborate if you time allows.
If you plant a seed, then there will be a tree. If you plant apple seed, there will be an apple tree.
Correct.
So where did the apple tree come from? It came from the seed. Where did the rebirth come from? It came from the karma. The mind and ego has to pay for the karma. Therefore, there is rebirth.
Okay. I'll think about it more.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, administrator, next question, please.
Navjot is next.
Navjot. Next question from Navjot.
So I don't have a question, but I would like to add to the topic of anger management.
Anger
So I have a
management.
quote. I have a quote from Swami Vivekananda.
Yeah.
He used to say that if I don't hate myself, if I have so many faults, how can I hate others on the verge of a few faults?
Correct. It is correct. But it is not strong enough as what we have spoken now. Even Vivekananda is the one who Ramakrishna Paramahansa saw God in. So what we spoke to Krishna Sharma today is the same that the Guru of Vivekananda taught Vivekananda, to see God in one and all. Just because, see what he said, you can't, my dear Navjot, just like I told our friends on this Zoom call, we are not going to be carried away by a quote of everybody. We are not going to be carried away by any scripture. It may be Bhagavad Gita or it may be any Purana. We are going to ask questions, investigate, and realize the truth. And you can ask me any question, and I have to give you answer, or I have to tell you I don't know the answer. So there is no question of us just saying because Adi Shankara told this quote, it is correct. No, sorry. If Adi Shankara told this quote, we have to be able to understand what he told, why he told, what it means, does it make sense? Then only we will accept. This is what I am guiding all of you. So it's a good
Okay.
quote, but let us, any more, no other question. Next, administrator, next question, please.
No other question, eh?
Okay. So my dear friends, let me take the opportunity. Of course, people can continue asking questions up to 8:30. And so I am going to use the floor of giving the importance of the, I saw Sanjay Das asking some question. Sanjay Das, did you not ask some question? Unmute and please, I
Yeah.
just saw something flashing on the screen.
Sure.
Shivam,
Then you were telling the cycle, no? What that birth, aging, suffering, and then death. That's
yeah.
the cycle. That the way you are explaining to, I think, Karan Singh.
Yeah.
I just wrote that thing.
Oh, it was not a question?
No.
Okay.
No question.
So, okay, let me, since you wrote that subject, let me tell you. Today, I was doing a study about my new book. I'm writing a new book. It's called The Four Quarters of Life. These 4 quarters of life are based on something I think I mentioned to you all called Purushartha. Did I tell you about Purushartha? Sudeep, did I speak about Purushartha? Purushartha means, I'll elaborate a little bit more as we go along. Purushartha means, Purush is man, Artha is purpose. What is the Purushartha of man? What is the purpose of man to come on human? And there, the Purushartha is, they say, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The purpose is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You know, in the earlier days, there were 4 ashramas. The 4 ashramas used to be called Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. In today's world, do you find people going into Vanaprastha? As anybody, do you find people leaving and going to Vanaprastha? Who would like to answer this question? Do you find people leaving the samsara and going Vanaprastha? Anybody? Any of you would like to leave and go? Ashok Chotwani?
Sir,
would you
all
like
are
to
in
leave?
the secular world now.
Huh?
All in the secular world, enjoying life.
So, Sanjay
Samsara.
Das, excellent. I wanted something like this coming from you. Excellent intervention, Sanjay Das. Why is it that our great grandfathers used to live a life of brahmacharya and then grihastha? Even you and me are doing brahmacharya and grihastha. What is brahmacharya today? It is the era of learning. And grihastha is the era of earning. So man today has forgotten the 3rd and the 4th ashrama. Man has forgotten Vanaprastha, to renounce the world and go into the forest. And man has forgotten sannyas. To become sannyas means to give up. We human beings, we are attached. We human beings are attached to our possessions. We are attached to our money. We are attached to our car, our house, our gold. We are attached to our children. We are attached to our parents. We are so attached that we are not able to renounce. We are not able to take sannyas. In today's world, the material world, there is such an attraction. There is so much attraction that man is not just, man is caught. Man is imprisoned. He has become a prisoner. And that's why call like the Zoom call is playing a part of that. What is the Zoom call actually doing? This Zoom call is nothing but vanaprastha. This Zoom call is to help us, to leave the material world. That does not mean, have I ever told you all to stop earning money? Anybody, have I told stop earning money? Have I told? In the modern world, we don't want you to stop earning money, but we want you to stop becoming greedy. Because the moment you are greedy, then you are not able to leave and move towards the spiritual path. Next question, why should we leave? Why should we go on the spiritual path? Because man is suffering. We human beings are suffering. A man like Bill Gates, the world's richest billionaire, is going through a divorce. Why? Why is the world's richest man, one of the world's richest men, once upon a time at least he was, the founder of Microsoft, why is he going through divorce? What is the reason? Because this is samsara. If you get married, be ready for divorce. It might happen, it might not happen. The problem is that we human beings, we are slaves. We are slaves of our cravings, of our lust. And because we are slaves, we are having two problems. One, we are suffering. And the most important problem, we are going far away from God. We are not building a relationship with God. Do you know our biggest challenge, my dear friends? We think God is an old-fashioned subject. We think God is a boring subject. क्या तुम बोलता है मंदिर में जाओ भक्ति करो क्या है क्या बकवास है ये? But we don't realize the importance. We fall in love. The moment you fall in love with a man or a woman, be prepared to have a broken heart. The moment you fall in love with a man or a woman, I can guarantee you, be prepared to have a broken heart. Because you are not designed to love anybody else other than God. But try to love God. Try to love God and see the divine bliss that comes. I used to sing, Tum bin main akela kaise jiyu main ye judai tum bin mar jaऊं मैं तुमसे बिछड़ के वीरान हो गई जिंदगी तुम बिन मैं प्रभु बिन मैं. And the beauty when we talk in the Zoom calls, I am in love with all of you. I am in love with all of you. I deeply love you all because I see God in you. And I sincerely love you all. That is divine love. I love each one of you so deeply. I love each one of you so deeply as much as I love my Lord Shiva. And this is the ability for each of you to draw on. Learn to love. If you see my dogs loving me, my pet dogs loving me, you will be surprised. They eat away. Sometimes they will bite my nose, they will bite my ear. But they are allowed to love me the way they want. My dear friends, God is everywhere. God is in one and all. When we learn to love because we see God, then that is God realization. God realization will come with self-realization. So if anybody wants to ask 1 or 2 questions, we will still open it up because I spoke so much. Any question? Otherwise, we will wind up.
Yeah, Avinash here, just the last question.
Yes, Avinash, please ask me.
Yeah, I agree that we have to seek love in the person next to me. So the incidence is that in my team, one of the colleague, he gone through like sudden unexpected death. And I sometimes feel guilty that if he have spoken, I could have helped him or things like that. So yeah, so one side love is there, but other side, that things are not yet clear. You got my point. Yeah.
I get your point. Avinash,
Yeah,
see,
thanks.
let me tell you one thing. Avinash, that dear friend of yours whom you loved so much, that dear friend died because it was his suicide or was it natural death?
It's a suicide. He committed to suicide.
So let me tell you, suicide also sometimes is led by karma. You reach that level where your karma is still so complicated that you are at the edge of committing suicide. Now, there are 2-3 ways of looking at it. You could say, if only I realized, it would have been a great karma if I saved him from suicide. But my point to you, Avinash, can you change it today? So in spirituality, the first lesson I have learned in spirituality is don't go back to yesterday. And don't go back to yesterday. Don't even go back to the last 1 minute. Because Avinash, you cannot rewind the minute. My second point I'm telling you, nothing in this world happens without the divine will. Without the divine will, that suicide also is not possible. The divine has permitted, the divine has sanctioned that suicide. The divine has not wanted that suicide. But we must learn to surrender, because that is the way to live peacefully, when we completely surrender and accept the divine will. And we must move forward in our enlightenment, in our ability to realize God in one and all. That should be our direction of life. So don't regret, don't think, because every time you're using your time to think about your friend committing suicide, you are depriving yourself of that moment to be a yogi living in union with God. So please don't do that. Please close that chapter.
Thank you.
And you sing some bhakti song. You just sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Get into bhakti, get into dhyana, and try to build a connection with God.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do you have any question? Thank you. Any more questions?
No, that's it, Ed.
Okay, my dear friends, as I told you, I don't like to miss a call. So I try my best not to be on a flight at 8, because if I'm in a flight, then I can't talk to you. So up to now, we have succeeded. But sometime if the flight is delayed and I'm caught, I don't know what I will tell sorry to you. I don't know how. But up to now, I am happy that we are continuing, because we have people coming from Quebec and Dubai and London and other places. And so we must respect. And I am grateful to all of you to continue coming to this call. There are some of you who don't miss a single call. I know you are so committed, you don't miss a single call. And I can see many of the people, they are not showing their face, but they are in an anesthesia room, they are in a meeting, they are somewhere, but they are still present. And this is a commitment to enlightenment. This is a commitment not to miss a single day, not only to ask questions, but to be able to hear other people asking questions and then realizing the truth. With that note, my dear friends, I bow down to you and I thank you.